Hello everybody, this is Wojtek with ROGace, and we are going to go over how to play a tiebreaker in this video. Together with Coach Theo, who is on the far end, we're going to actually play the tiebreaker, and we are going to talk about where to stand, what's in, what's out, etc., and some additional rules. Usually tiebreaker is played at 6-all, meaning at the end of a set, 6-all in games. We're not going to go over how to play a set, but just know that that's when it usually happens. But also, it's a great training tool. It allows us for more often switches of serve, and it's much shorter than playing a set. So in during the practices on any level, even as a professional, you would often play a tiebreaker towards the end to compete for a little bit. So let's start. At the practice setting, we are going to first need to decide who serves. We often twist the racket, spin the racket. You call spin the racket. And depending on what logo you have, let's say there is a head racket, you spin it, you say mountain or valley, and whoever wins, they can decide if they serve or return. Let's not worry about switching sides. So in ROGace, we actually split court into two sides. So there are two separate courts. This is a court number 1 right here, and right here it's a court number 2, right? This is a sideline of both courts, and it splits the courts. I'm in a second going to show you how the lines work, but just know that there are two separate courts. So starting, we are on the deuce side. You always start on the right side from the middle. So this is the middle of a court. You always start on this side, on the right side, and on both sides on the right side, but it's a opposite image, right, diagonally. So this is deuce side for me. This is deuce side for Coach Theo on the other side of the court. So Coach Theo is starting to serve. He needs to make a serve inside the service box. So forgive my lines, but this is where it needs to go on the serve. Very good. Coach Theo made it in, and then he hit a great shot. And I did what often is a good custom. After a player hits a very good shot, I recognize it by giving him a little clap, right? So now we are on the edge side. As a server, you stand close to the middle. As a returner, you stand all the way to the side, right? So just to give you a feel of exactly what the court is. So this is the court we are playing on, right? These are the lines for our court, and this is the service line right here, and this is the service line, right? So I'm going to remove the other lines, just leave the regular. So I'm going to remove the service lines because they're only for the service, and we're just going to look at this. So the one other thought is, in tennis, you score in the tiebreaker. You always announce the score as a server, and you always say your score first, right? So in this situation, I said 0-1, and we are playing out. I served, the ball went out. It hit the side curtain, so I have a second serve. And here we go. Coach Theo returns. Hit to the side. Coach Theo misses at the net. Right? So he's passing the balls to me. Notice that a tennis player would always have two balls with them. Right? Put them in a pocket. And do not put them right next to you, because that's a hazard. Put them in the pocket so you're ready to serve. And as a right-handed player, always use your left hand to put the ball in the pocket. So right now, the score is 1-1. I just announced it. Notice, once again, I'm a server, so I'm standing close to the middle, right? So this is the middle. I'm standing just, let's say, 2-3 feet to the side. But Coach Theo on the other side is standing all the way to the side. Okay? 1-all. Okay, Coach Theo missed the return. I made the serve. I passed the ball to him, so he has two balls. And we set up for the next point. we're actually going to change to the other side. So right now it's 2-1 for me. And we are setting up on that other court that I was talking about, right? So right here, the lines are, this is the sideline, this is the sideline, this is the baseline, and this is the sideline. This is the middle line, and this is the service line, right? So this is the court that you are currently looking at. So we just move to that other court, and we use tape to put those lines down. But you can also, on the clay court, I used to actually draw it with a line marker. So here, Coach Theo on the other side is standing close to the middle, on the edge side, on the left side of his court. Looking from his perspective, it's a left side. And I am standing right here all the way to the side, right? So because this is my sideline, right here you see extension. We always tell the players that my outside foot, so this foot, is in line with the sideline when you are returning, right? So you see I'm aligned in the proper way. And let's play out the point. Coach Theo missed the first serve, right? The ball bounced around right here. And on the serve, the ball needs to bounce. Once again, reminder, it needs to bounce in what we call a service box, right? So the ball needs to bounce anywhere right there. Second serve. In tennis, we have 2 serves. And a coach missed the second serve, which we call a double fault. So score is 3-1, but since Coach Theo should be announcing the score, he would have said 1-3. Once again, notice my position. My foot is on the outside line, right? This is a proper return position. Serve, return. Good hit from Coach Theo. I'm coming to the net, and Coach Theo did not make that shot. Fantastic. We are right now at 4-1 for me. I'm setting up pretty close to the middle. Coach Theo is all the way to the side. Now, this tactic in tennis, it's called serve and volley. So what I did is I served and ran to the net as quick as possible to try to put the pressure on the player. Coach Theo returned to the side. I reached to the side, made the shot, won a point. So score is 5-1, and right now you actually will see us pick up those middle lines real quick. So this is the middle line that was making a sideline for our side courts. And now our court is actually the main court, which is the actual blue line. So this up to here, right? So before I start serving. So this is sidelines, baseline. This is a service line. And this is a middle line. Sorry, the middle line's a little off. But you see the lines are actually back to what's on the court, with white lines being service lines and middle line, and the blue lines on the court being the baseline and the sidelines. So score is 5-1. Made the first serve. Coach Theo is coming in. Great volley from Coach Theo. Once again, you see me clapping. He made a great shot. And we are continuing. So remember, only on the serve, the ball has to land inside the service box. So once again, as a reminder, service box right here on this court on the edge side is right here. So the first ball of the rally, which is called serve, needs to land within the service box. And from there on, the rally is played with the ball being able to land anywhere between those lines. Anywhere is fine, and yes, let's continue. So it's 2-5 because Coach Theo is serving. I missed what we call a drop shot. So that was an attempt for a drop shot, which is hitting a very short ball that the other player cannot get to. Right, so it's 5-3 or 3-5 because we're looking from Coach Theo's position. And I just missed a deep ball. It flew too far out. So we are currently at 5-4 for me. You see, so right here, since this is the middle, I'm standing pretty close to the middle on a serve, right? Just a little bit to the ad side. Remember, ad side is the left side. Deuce side is the right side. If you follow the score, you see that we always play points on the ad side if it's an odd number, meaning if I add both points together, it's an odd number. Out. Coach Theo just missed. And if you see, so right here, that's another example of what tennis players often do. You don't just say out, but you actually visibly point your finger. And that's the best way to make sure that the opponent know the ball was out. Because sometimes you might not hear exactly what they are saying, but if you see the sign and hear out, make it clear, concise. We often have our players saying deep, or you just missed, or I think it was not in. All kind of full sentence answers almost. It's not necessary. Just say out, make it clear, concise, and you'll be fine. So we are at 6-4. I am on deuce. So I started saying about the score. Deuce side, it's an even number score. So if you add both numbers, it adds to even numbers. So 6 plus 4 is 10. And also in tennis, 0 would be counted as that. Or not an even number, just we start always on the deuce side. So it's 6-4, we're on the deuce side. I'm close to the middle. Coach Theo is all the way to the side of his court, of his side. And let's play it out. I hit a good approach, hit a nice volley, finished, and once again, it's okay in tennis to celebrate, right? So you see me celebrating, but giving it by giving it a little fist bump. A good etiquette is not to do a fist bump towards the opponent. Actually, it's against the rules in a professional tennis. So you can do it to the side. You can do it towards your fans. You can do it towards your box, but not do it towards the opponent, because it could be a sign of disrespect or trying to be, challenging or all kind of different things. But doing it to the side after winning, especially, or having a great shot, it's very well. It's a very appropriate. And right here, what you will see right at the end, which you also see, we shake rackets. You can shake hands, you can shake rackets, you can do a little fist bump. It's all about recognizing your opponent, saying good match. Thank you so much for competing against each other. And this is it. So, friends, this is a tiebreaker. This is a tiebreaker played on the orange court, 60-foot court. And you saw on the three different setup on the court. Now you're ready to play. Make sure you rewatch it multiple times. Visualize how it's supposed to be played, as well as after you watch this tiebreaker, try to watch some professional matches with, or put anywhere on YouTube, look at the tiebreaker, put in a tiebreaker and professional match. Try to follow it along. Try to see if the rules match. Even though court will be a little bit bigger, rules are going to be exactly the same. Behaviors are going to be exactly the same as I described. Good luck and see you on courts.